Hey guys, Peter here to tell you about the latest from Wolfheart, Draconian Darkness 2, out September 19th on Reigning Phoenix Music. This EP has 5 tracks, 20 minutes in length, and this is the band's second EP. They are a Finnish melodic death metal band. Now when it comes to these 5 songs, 2 of them are brand new tracks, Carnivore and Forefathers. Then you have Burning Sky live, you have the Gale acoustic, and then you have the orchestral version of Grave. The last 3 were originally released in Draconian Darkness, which is the last full-length record by the band. Now let's dive a little bit deeper into these songs to give you an idea of what to expect from each and every single one of them. Starting off with Carnivore, the opening track, also the first single from this EP, a track that has a lot of traditional Wolfheart elements, both vocally and musically, but it also starts off in a way that it's very new to the band. The style of vocals at the beginning of this track are very cavernous, very deep, and that it's something that I hadn't seen before on a Wolfheart track, and it really jolts the listener right from the get-go. Eventually, as the song progresses, as the song develops, you see the sound move towards more that traditional, heavy, dark, cold sound that Wolfheart has, with symphonic elements, with great orchestrations building it around it and within it to give the songs some size, some cinematic experience. And this song starts to move into that direction very quickly after that almost false start that it has. Now, having that false start is enough to really jolt the song and to put this song in a very unique category that allows it to stand out of any other track that this band has ever released. I had a really hard time dealing with this track because of it, regardless of how much closer to what I would be comfortable with the song eventually got. Because you're going to get the heavy vocals, you're going to get the clean vocals, you're going to have those heavy drums, those heavy guitars. The song has all of the Wolfheart elements, but it definitely showcases some new elements that we hadn't seen up until this point, and that really sets this track apart right from the get-go. Then you move into Forefathers. To me, this is one of the highlights of this EP. I'm actually surprised that this song was not the first single, because this track could definitely have been on Draconian Darkness. This song screams at the listener Wolfheart. It has Wolfheart in its essence. First of all, it's a more compact song, not as dynamic, not as jolting as Carnivore. It has those heavy vocals with a lot of thickness to them. The orchestral pieces really help push and define, I would say, the atmosphere of the song. And then the track has this phenomenal chorus. The chorus really opens up the track, becoming more theatrical, more cinematic, and definitely giving the vibe almost of a movie score, specifically sonically. The sound of the chorus on this track is phenomenal. I really love it. I really love how much it opens up, and I love the impact that the vocals have in giving that big size to this already incredibly sized chorus that this song delivers. There's other elements on this track that are really interesting. The acoustic guitars that are interlaced with the sound really help as far as richness and as far as texture is concerned. The drums are insanely heavy on this track, not just in the verses, but actually specifically in the chorus. The drums really have a little bit extra kick, a little bit of extra power that also helps with the size and making that chorus a lot bigger, a lot more cinematic. This is an absolute banger of a song. Definitely one of the band's best songs being released on this EP, and that really surprised me considering how different Carnivore was. I honestly thought that Forefathers was going to follow suit and be even more different, more dynamic, perhaps even more outside the box. And it wasn't. I felt like this track is a lot closer to the DNA of the band. Then we have Burning Sky live. Now this is an interesting track because, like I said earlier, was originally released in Draconian Darkness. This live version is really interesting because it is so good. It sounds so good that it doesn't feel like it's live until you get to the end of the song and you hear the audience. Up until that point, it feels like it's live in studio. It has more of that vibe. It has more of that warmth to it. And the sound quality is magnificent, which also adds to that idea that the song really feels like a live in studio recording, not as much as a live performance style recording. The audience at the end brings that live atmosphere into the forefront, but up until that point, the song really belongs in a category of its own. It doesn't really feel like a live song given the quality that the sound has. Then you have the Gale acoustic version. This song was also released on Draconian Darkness. This acoustic version, obviously because of being acoustic, is really stripped down. And if there was one song in Draconian Darkness that could be converted into an acoustic song, I think this is it. This is a great version of the track. I really enjoyed how more you get out of the vocals. The vocals don't have anywhere to hide, which gives them more of a predominance, if you will. It makes them more impactful from that perspective. And the acoustic guitar sound is excellent throughout. It's a really interesting song that perhaps opens other doors. And for me, at least, it made me wonder if there are other songs that they could release in this acoustic format. For a band as heavy as Wolfheart is, with the dynamics that Wolfheart is, to create this acoustic version, I think really asks the question, why not more? Because it's an interesting aspect to their music. It allows you to see a little bit more through the sound and get into the actual gears, the bolts, the machinery that is Wolfheart as far as song creations are all about. And this track really removes the veil and lets you see all of that. Then to close off, you have Grave, also originally in Draconian Darkness, and you're getting the orchestral version of this track. There's not much more to say about this song. I mean, it's an orchestral version of the original. So this is how the EP ends. You get 5 very unique, very different songs. All of them kind of tie into Draconian Darkness. 3 because were originally released on that album. 2 of them because could easily be tied back into that record and could have been easily part of that album release cycle. So I enjoyed this EP. It gave me different perspectives. It gave me something new from Wolfheart, and that to me is always a great thing. Once again, Draconian Darkness 2, the EP, coming out September 19th on Reigning Phoenix Music. Let me know your thoughts on the band, on the single. Hit me up in the comment section. I'll see you all at the next video. Take care, guys.